Hi, my name is Rebecca Wegner, and I am your child's math teacher. This presentation is for Math 307 and 407. Just want to start off with a little bit about myself. I have a bachelor's in math at Fairleigh Dickinson University. I have my master's in education from Fairleigh Dickinson University as well, and I have my special education certification from William Paterson University. I've been going to school for the past 10 years, and I've loved every second of it. Every class that I take has been very informative, and I keep learning so much more, and that's something that I want to instill in my students as well. This is my 6th year teaching overall, but my 2nd year at Rutherford High School. I'm excited to be back, and I love being a Bulldog. A little bit more personal, I was supposed to get married this summer, but obviously the world had different plans, so I am now planning to get married this April. And I just bought a house with my fiance, which we are now working on making it a home and painting all these rooms and adding nice furniture and everything, so it's really exciting. Now I want to jump into some expectations for the classroom. We're going to talk about when students are in class and when they're at home, because there are expectations in both cases. So let's start with in the classroom first. When students are in the classroom, I ask that they come to class on time and that they're ready to learn. I haven't had any issues with anyone coming late to class yet, so that's really great. And when they are ready to learn, that means they have their material, they have a writing utensil, they have paper to do some work on in their seat. The second rule is that they stay in their seat. We want to make sure we are socially distancing, so staying in the seat unless otherwise instructed to is crucial right now. I also ask that the students wear their mask. I ask that they are respectful to everyone and everything in the classroom, so everyone has their own personal space and personal belongings, and we need to respect that for everyone. I ask that they are not on their phone or computer during class unless instructed to do so. Sometimes the work that we do will be on the computer, or they might need to watch a video and they have headphones for their phone and not their computer, so they are able to use that if they are instructed to do so. And lastly, they have to disinfect their seat thoroughly at the end of class. Students have been doing wonderfully with this, and I haven't had any issues yet. Now, if they are at home, they do have some expectations as well. I expect that they sign into classroom on time. We follow a schedule, and the students should be following it at home as well. They are to complete their assigned work during our class period, and the reason I do that is because if they have any questions, I'm available during their class period to answer their questions for them over Zoom. So completing it during our class period is the easiest for them. I also ask that they do not use their cell phone while class is going on, again, because if I'm up in front of the room teaching and they're following along with Zoom and instead they're on their phone, they don't get the lesson and they will become confused. And lastly, they should be respecting everyone as if they were in the classroom. This means not shouting over anyone over the Zoom call and just being respectful in the chat. Now we're going to talk about the grading policy. There's 5 categories in the grading policy, and I'm going to go over each one. The first category I want to talk about is homework. That is 15% of the student's grade. This is anything that they're doing at home, not during our class period. All the due dates will be posted on Google Classroom, so you will be able to follow along if you are a guardian on Google Classroom. I ask that they complete it in a timely manner, and sometimes with everything going on, I understand that they could become overwhelmed. If they have to make it up late, I just ask that they email me so that I know to put a grade in. Second category is classwork. That's also 15% of the student's grade. It consists of the work that we do in class. So while I'm teaching, I might say, okay, in the last 15 minutes, finish this activity and submit it, and that would be considered a homework grade. During the class period, the student should ask as many questions as possible to get the best grade possible. I'm available to them during our class period and some other times, but during our class period is one of the most crucial times for them to ask these questions. The third category is quiz, and that's 20%. Throughout the marking period, we will have a few quizzes, and these quizzes will model the practices that we do in class. The fourth category is tests, and that's 30% of the student's grade. These will be modeling the practice and the quizzes that we do in class, so the students should be very prepared. And there will be at least 2 quizzes or 2 tests every marking period. The last category is projects, and that's 20% of a student's grade. They will be given throughout this school year to show that your student has mastered some of the skills that we have worked on. These projects will be posted on Google Classroom, and any checkpoints that the students need will also be posted on Google Classroom. If the students need help, they should reach out at any time, and I will be able to answer their questions. Lastly, extra help for the year. If a student needs help, I just ask that they do not wait for the day of the quiz, the day of a test, or the day a project is due, because at that point, it might not be enough time for them to really understand the lesson. There are some topics that are difficult to learn, which is okay, but the student should take some responsibility of asking for help when they need it. There are two options for extra help. If your student is coming to school that day, they can come find me in my 113 room and get one-on-one help in person. If your student is in person or virtual for the day, there is a Zoom link available in the afternoon from 1:17 to 2:32. The students can join that at any point and get one-on-one help over Zoom and get all their questions answered. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out at any time. Thank you so much for watching this presentation. I really look forward to working with you and your student this year.